What's going on, everyone? I'm Francois from Sony, and welcome back to another YouTube live stream. We have a great live stream packed full of new products for you today, and some big TVs for you,
but for them,
and for you,
for all of us,
the viewers watching from home. We are live right now, so make sure you jump into that chat. We got big game specials for the big football game that's coming up. So if you haven't already bought a new TV and you're looking to maybe purchase one, you don't want to go anywhere because we got a lot of great TVs that we're talking about today. I know we have a 75-inch behind me, but I know Jackie and I have Jaron here from Sony. They're going to help us out with a bunch of new products today. So Jackie, right off the top, you want to start us off?
Yes, I do. So we're going to open up with TVs with 85 inches. So normally I would say go big or go home, but today I'm going to say go big and bring it home. So we have our 85-inch X77L, which is a direct lit TV that is almost 30% off at $1098. So this is
a great price.
Yeah, it's
for an 85-inch.
Yeah.
$1,098.
$1,098
for a not just any 85-inch TV, but a Sony 85-inch TV.
For a Sony direct lit.
So let them know, the customers, the viewers, our audience, what are they getting out of this 85-inch TV for such a great price point?
A beautiful picture, all the colors that you could possibly imagine. No, sorry. So we have, so with the 77L, with a direct lit TV, you're going to get great color, brightness, because we have lights that go through the entire back panel. So really it's going to give a really great picture.
And most TVs in this price point are edge-lit, right? That's
yes.
the competitors?
Yes. So
that aren't really competing?
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Not at this price point.
How can you? You have edge-lit and direct-lit, which is different. So the direct-lit is just going to give you a much better picture than an edge-lit TV would. So yeah, Sony's the way to go. And
especially with the motion, right? Because the motion on this TV, so at this price point, it is a 60 hertz panel, but we are doing 240 motion upscaling. So you're not going to have a problem seeing that football fly past the screen, and it's not going to disappear on you like some competitive brands. So in this price point, you get 240 motion, where a lot of competitors are coming in at about 120 motion. So this is a great TV for that next big game that's coming up right around the corner.
And then, Francois, just to touch on that really quickly, when you think about other brands that are trying to compete with Sony, they really can't, because they're not the ones on the sideline shooting the content, are they?
No. So the big benefit of buying a Sony TV is we're the only TV manufacturer in the world that actually broadcasts sports all across the world. So the next time you go to a live sporting event, or maybe you got a ticket for an upcoming game, make sure you check out the broadcast cameras, because they're all going to be Sony cameras, and that brings back that right back to your TV at home. So if you have a Sony TV, they're using Sony broadcast cameras in the sporting events. And then again, we're the only TV manufacturer in the world that creates the movies, the TV shows, the video games, and that all ties back into the whole entertainment of in your living room.
That's it. And Jackie, you were talking about the X77L. You were mentioning the lighting system, and then you were talking about great motion clarity. Is there anything else that you want to tell the viewers out there about that TV and what makes it great for that price point?
With the 77L?
Yeah, with the 77L. Or maybe you want to move on to another TV with a different lighting system.
You know what? I just want to emphasize price point. Sorry, Jackie, I'm going to steal this from you for 1 second. 85-inch, I just want to know, the viewers out there, 85-inch for $1098. That's the showstopper right there. $1098 for an 85-inch TV. Even if you looked at 4 years ago, what an 85-inch TV cost?
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. So now we're coming into a price point which is a lot more favorable for a lot of people out there. And I see the chat's going off. So I want to take a second here to to talk about the chat. We are live right now, so we love the discussion here. I'm going to have to scroll up through the chat because we got The chat's going on.
And that's not a bad thing. That's
I
a great
love it.
thing.
We love
Keep
it, yeah.
the comments coming. Tell us what you're looking at. Tell us what you're excited about. You know, like Francois mentioned very early on, maybe you're upgrading your television or maybe you're replacing a TV. Whatever the case may be, just let us know in the comments.
So I just want to shout out a few of our viewers right now. We got Cosmic Relax. We got William Wagner. We have Eamon. We got Come Back to Turkey. Thanks, Eamon.
Got Prince G.
Prince G, shout out. And I read this comment here, and I love this as well. We got Prince G saying he needs a new TV, so definitely stick around. We're going to go through a lot of different TVs, and especially Prince G, exactly, for your PS5. We got some great gaming TVs as well, not just for the big game, but for your entertainment at home.
Correct.
Now, going down the chat here, I love this. Prince G, why is there a Foot Locker employee? Now, I work for Sony, but you know what? I had to represent. I got to be the bad guy. You know, no one likes the ref.
He's reffing for us.
I got to ref these two. To
She's
make
all
sure.
about 85-inch TVs. I'm all about 75-inch TVs, you know.
Yeah, so I love that. Keep the comments coming. Keep the comments coming here. We got Robert Lawrence in the chat. Only 60 hertz, no VRR. Absolutely right. So if you're looking for a gaming TV there, Lawrence, we are going to touch on some other TVs. I just needed to tell you about that, or Jackie needed to tell you about that 85-inch X77L at a fantastic price. But she does have another TV she wants to talk about,
Yes.
which will have VRR and 4K gaming at 120 hertz.
Which, thank you for that, thank you for the question, Robert. Thank you for participating in the chat. So we also have the 85-inch X90L. So the X90L is going to be it's a great deal. It's our premium model. The price for this is $1998, so you're actually getting $500 off of this TV. And like Francois said, it does support VRR, variable refresh rate. And then this TV is also a full array. So now we're taking a step up from the direct lit. Now with the full array TV, you actually have more lights and zones that go through the entire back panel. What does that mean? Essentially, you're going to have better color, contrast, clarity, overall better picture for the big game and your movies with this X90L.
And Jackie, it's still not a huge price for all that you get
No.
out of that TV. So that's phenomenal, and I hope the viewers out here find it just as phenomenal as I do.
For sure. And then to touch on the motion, so before you were talking about the 60 hertz, so the X90L is 120 hertz. Thanks to our processing, love our processing, which we'll get into. But this is going to deliver 960 motion. So, you know, when you're watching the big game, you don't have to worry about that football disappearing on you, right? You have eyes on the game and the ball whole time.
That's it.
That's it. The X90L, for those that don't know, or that's one of my favorite go-to TVs, especially for my friends and family members, because it's coming in at a price point where if you're going to have this TV for the next 5, 7, 10 years, this is going into your main TV room. Sometimes it's worth spending a little bit more to get that tech that's going to kind of last. And
Right.
Definitely.
really, if this is your go-to TV, this is my number one recommendation for all my friends and family members. And for you out there who watch us, I highly recommend the X90L. I own one myself, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I have a TV that I want to talk about. And again, I'm all about the 75-inch TVs right now. So hopefully if you all are out there and you're looking for a big screen, sure, you can go 85 if you can accommodate that or if that's what you're looking for. But let's say you're looking for something a little bit smaller but still an impactful experience, then the 75-inch X80K just might be that television for you, especially at the price point that it is currently at. And it's not $1,000, it's $900, coming in at $898, which is 25% off its original price point, which is a great deal. So something that you're going to get out of this TV that you're going to get across the board when it comes to Sony, and that's great color. But with this TV, you get triluminous, so you're going to get over 1 billion shades of color, which is going to make sure that that jersey color representation is exactly how you have it when you have it at home and you're repping your favorite team.
And that's the worst thing. I know, Jackie, we talked about this before. When you go to a restaurant or a bar and you're trying to watch the game and you go with your favorite team's colors and you're watching the TVs and the bar or restaurant has not invested the money, it's a completely different color than what you're wearing.
For sure.
Yep.
And that's a little frustrating.
I mean, even the green.
That's
right,
what
on
I
the
was getting ready
field,
to say.
like the greens drive me crazy.
Because it's
but-
not neon green.
I don't know what kind of green.
It's just supposed to be
Right.
green.
I don't know what it
and
is.
if you have a Sony TV, you're going to get the accurate color of green.
Right.
I like saying it's Hollywood accurate color because, again, we're not just a TV manufacturer. We actually create the content that you see on your TV. So major motion films, television shows, video games, and again, the broadcast cameras for sports. I just want to take a second here. We do have the chat going up. I want to shout out. We got Karina. Can't wait for the big game. Absolutely. Let us know who you're cheering on and cheering for the big game coming up.
And more importantly,
We would love to know.
what TV are you watching this big game on?
What TV and what size of TV?
Yes.
So what size of TV do you have? Maybe you're going to upgrade your TV after you view our live stream. We want to know in the chat. Also, a few shout outs here. We got William watching from Brazil. So
Hey,
shout out. Yeah,
that's
let
big
us know
time.
where you're chatting from, where you're coming in from. And then we got Batman saying, does it have 2.1 support? The X90L that we just talked about has HDMI 2.1 support. So yes, you will be able to do 4K gaming at 120 hertz.
But the X80 still gives you some gaming features like auto low latency mode so that you're not completely left in the dark.
Yes. Sorry, we're
looking at the comments.
and then I got Wagner again saying my 4-year Sony TV looks amazing today. That's
Love
going
that.
back to the X90L, the TV that I recommend, is because you spend a little bit more money. You're going to have this TV again for the next 4, 5, 7, 10 years, right? And you want a TV just like Wagner there, that 4 years later,
It still looks amazing.
still looks
Right.
amazing. Still looks better than that restaurant you went to.
Right,
That doesn't
right.
have the TVs quite up to par.
And everything that we're talking about here today is an investment for your entertainment needs. So look at it from that perspective. And if you can spend a little bit more, then definitely do that. But again, like the TV that I mentioned, the 75-inch X80K coming in at $900 or $898, that's a phenomenal television that you're getting, but
Right.
also at a phenomenal price.
And I want to talk about like a 65-inch for a second here, because we also have a 65-inch X80K on for $678. So you talked about color. It has Sony's best color technology.
Yes.
So you're going to get the Triluminos color technology, which is Hollywood accurate color when you're looking at skin tones, when you're looking at jersey colors. But I want to talk about our operating system, like what runs these TVs. And we're using the Google TV, and I love it because you can have multiple different profiles set up. And I love that because I watch different content than my wife, than my kids. So I love to be able to sign on to my profile and have all the recommendations based on me, because you might not just be purchasing this TV for the big game. You might be watching some shows and TV movies after. And with the profiles, you can completely customize the kids' profiles. So you can set up bedtimes, you can set up viewing hours, so you don't have to be the bad guy anymore when the TV shuts off.
You let the TV do the work for
You
you.
let the TV do the work for you, and then you
in
go.
more ways than one.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something I love about the X80K, and it's also in the X77L, X90L as well.
Yes.
Google TVs across our platform. So any TVs that we do talk about, you do get these features.
And then Jackie, I know you were talking to me earlier about basically having all of your content under one umbrella with Google TV. And that was
Yes.
something that you really enjoyed.
It's so much better. So I know I'm not the only one. Most people, like, we spend money on 4 or 5 different subscriptions. So when you want to watch something, sometimes you're going into one app to find a movie and another app for a show. But with Google TV, it's personalized
Right.
to us, right? So it understands what you like to watch, and it just has everything laid out for you. So you don't have to worry about going in between different streaming services. Like, it's just so convenient. So you don't have to spend time searching for something to watch now. It's just turn your TV on, and there it is.
There you go.
We have a comment here. Is like Battlefield veteran. I can't speak apparently. Battlefield says, I own a 55-inch OLED TV. Amazing. That's great to hear. And then we have a question. What would be the best kind of gaming TV? Well, in my opinion, we got another TV we're going to talk about, but anything with HDMI 2.1 support is really going to be future-proofing yourself for the next generation of console, whether it's the PS5 or PC. You're really going to be able to plug it in and play 4K gaming at 120 hertz. My recommendation still, though, is the X90L because it's kind of the best bang for your buck. I really, really enjoy that TV.
For sure.
which we were talking about. So for the 85X90L, like we mentioned before, we also have it in 65-inch and is also on a great promo. So you're still getting all the same great features, right? But if you can't maybe fit that 85-inch in your living room or your bedroom maybe, we do have a 65-inch available, and that's on promo also for $1,098.
So any of the
So
TVs we
multiple
do
sizes.
talk about today, if you're looking to purchase them, if it intrigues you to kind of step up your TV for the big game that's coming up, click on the link on the description down below. That's going to take you to our Sony store where you can actually purchase these TVs or anything else that we talk about today.
Yeah, definitely. And going right from the 65-inch, I'm going to talk about the 75-inch X77L that's behind me. So this is another one of our TVs, again, that uses that direct lighting system so that you get better contrast, you get better overall clarity, and you get better overall detail versus a TV that uses the edge lighting system. But not only that, you're also going to get a 4K processor X1, which is also going to help for your upscaling. So when you're taking something from 1080p or lesser quality, this TV is going to allow that to be upscaled and look as close to 4K as possible. So this is another reason why this television is a great value and bang for your buck.
And Jaron, I love that you talked about that because not all broadcasts are in 4K.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of them are not in 4K.
Right.
So when you're purchasing a Sony TV with our processing power, whether it's with the X1 or our cognitive processor XR, you're going to get great upscaling and remastering. So again, even though if you're not watching 4K content, it's going to kind of bring it up to that
Takes
level.
you to another level.
Takes you to
Right.
another
For sure.
level.
Right.
And that's something that we can't say about everybody else in the TV
Right.
game,
Because not everybody does processing like Sony.
right?
Nobody does processing like Sony, if we're being
There
honest.
we go. I was wondering if somebody was going to say it.
And that brings us back to, again, I'm going to reiterate, we're the only TV manufacturer in the world that actually creates the content for you viewers at home. Major motion films, television shows, video games, and the broadcast cameras
Live
for
streams,
sports.
for instance.
Yes.
These are all being shot on Sony cameras. So if
Absolutely.
you're watching it on a
Right,
Sony
yeah.
TV, hello, lens to living room. We're telling that story right now.
Yeah, and then again, we are live right now, so I see comments coming in. Let us know where you're checking in from. We see you here. We got Luca, we got Wagner, we got Def News, all in the chat. Appreciate it. Keep those comments coming. Where are you checking in from? Where are you watching from? What kind of TV do you want in your living room? Do you want 85-inch? Do you want 75-inch? Do you
65?
want 55-inch?
55?
Now
85.
talking about
We got it all.
They're gonna go big.
they're gonna go.
Right, they're
I
gonna
mean,
make
But so,
big
and
game.
it,
We're
and
going-
it all depends on what's big for you out there, because what may be big to others might not be big to you. If you think an 85-inch is what you need, then by all means, click the link, add it to your cart, and let's go. But 55-inch might actually be a big screen for you because you might be coming from a smaller screen.
and I want to talk about a 55-inch. This is the 55-inch X85K. This is on for $699. It's $150 off right now. Now we're talking about gaming. This does have HDMI 2.1 support. So if you are a gamer out there, it does do 4K gaming at 120 hertz. It does have Sony's best color technology. It does have direct lit LED. And what that means is you're going to get a great TV at a great price for that upcoming game, because you're going to have no issues with motion for the football or whatever else you're going to throw at this TV.
Francois, did you already mention the price for this 55-inch TV?
If I didn't, I'm going to say it again, $699.
I just think it's an incredible price. So you
Yes.
may have mentioned it, I may have missed it, but in case you didn't, I just wanted to touch on it again for the viewers out there.
Absolutely, $699. 55-inch is perfect for me. Exactly. So and then Cosmic Relax says 75-inch
75.
plus.
bigger.
I love it. We got a
I like it.
75-inch right behind us. So again, everyone has different rooms, and for those that don't know, you can actually sit much closer to your TV than you realize. So the professionals out there say it's 10 inches of screen for every foot you're away from your TV. So if you're 10 feet away, an 85-inch is fine. If you're 7.5 feet, a 75-inch TV might be preferable. Now, moving forward, we talked about big screens, right? We talked about small screens. We
Talked about all the
We
screens.
talked about all screens. So let us know what size you're thinking for the big game. We want to know what size you're watching on.
So you spend hundreds of dollars on a TV, but you also have to think about sound.
Yeah.
Sound is very important.
Huge.
So
Huge.
when they're producing movies and TV shows and even the broadcast sports, you got to think they spend millions of dollars on the video production.
So does that mean that they're only spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the audio
No,
side of things? No?
absolutely
They're
not.
spending just as much, if not more, right?
Exactly. They also spend millions of dollars on the sound. So if you only got the TV and not the sound, you are really missing out. So I want to touch on some home theater sound bars. I like sound bars and AV units. And to kick us off, we got one right behind me. This is the HTA
grab
7000.
Do you mind if
Let's
we
grab it.
Yeah.
bring this up?
You
I
gonna
need
go?
you to duck a little bit,
Okay.
but I think we're good.
There we go. Here we
Going
go.
up,
Oh, there we go.
coming
Perfect.
back down.
There we go.
Okay, so this is the HTA 7000. We were kind of talking about this before as like a home theater bar because this really delivers a full immersive experience when it comes to watching your movies just in time for the big game also. So it's actually a 7-channel soundbar and has a built-in subwoofer, which is a huge deal, right? Because now you're gonna make sure that you have a fully immersive experience and not everybody wants a separate subwoofer, to kind of go with the decor.
And Jackie, if you look at most sound bars, or I won't call others home theater bars, but sound bars out there on the market, they don't have built-in subwoofers. So you're going to get all mids and highs, but no lows. So if there's an
Right.
explosion or something like that happening and you don't have that additional subwoofer, you're going to miss out on that information versus this, where you don't lose too much of anything.
Right. Don't get me wrong, you can still add the external subwoofer
The
if you like
SW3
it.
or the SW5 if they want the bigger
Exactly.
bass.
Yep. So you do have options, but yes, we do include the subwoofer inside the A7000.
And this is a great bar. So if you have a 75-inch or 85-inch TV, this is going to pair very nicely. It's going to slip right underneath the TV, pair up right to the TV with eARC, and have lossless audio.
And then
And-
go ahead, Jackie.
Oh, I was gonna actually talk about the price really quick.
Okay,
but
go
this
ahead.
is on, this is on special too. So this is $400 off. So this is $998. $998. $400 off is
That's a great price point.
right.
Just saying.
Right, that's
If you're
not
spending
crazy.
$2,000 on the TV, you spend $1,000 on the audio equipment, I think you have a well-rounded system there.
I mean, to be honest, let me know in the chat about you guys, but for me, like I look forward to going to the movie theaters, right? Not just because of the picture, it's the audio, right? So
Yeah.
you actually have the option of bringing that experience to your home, right? By adding a home theater bar. So 7.1.2 is a great way to go if you're really looking for a full immersive experience.
Now we do have another option. This is the big guy. If you want the best, you're looking at the HTA 7000.
right.
But for those that might not have the room for the bar, might need something a little smaller,
I got them covered.
we do have other options.
So watch your
yeah.
head.
There we go. Look,
There we go.
they didn't mess up my hair. We're good.
So we don't have the sound bar or home theater bar that I'm going to talk about with us today, but the A5000 is a great option for all of the reasons Francois just mentioned. One, it's a little bit more compact, but you still get a 5.12 system. So you're going to have those 5 channels firing directly at you. You're going to have your built-in subwoofer, but then you're also going to have your Dolby Atmos topper so that you get the overhead audio, and this sound bar or home theater bar is also going to be able to handle DTSX, which if you're unfamiliar with that terminology, that just means another way of getting overhead audio. So not everything is, I guess, recorded in Dolby Atmos. You have some that are also recorded in DTSX, but not all of the sound bars out there handle both. Some handle none, some only handle just one, but with Sony products, they handle both.
And that's a great way to mention it because it's kind of the codecs that's going into the bar.
Yep.
And some manufacturers just don't spend that extra research and
Whatever it is.
development or money to put that into the bar. And really, you're spending hundreds of dollars on these sound bars. And I don't like calling these Sony sound bars. I like calling these home theater sound bars because they do give you that home theater experience with the DTSX and Dolby Atmos support.
And I see what you did there when you call them home theater bars, because you really are bringing the theater home.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
I like that.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So not only that, with the A5000, do you get the 7.1.2, but you also get 360 spatial sound mapping. So right now, if you're going to utilize this bar for the big game and you want to really feel like you're at the game, then this bar will be a great addition to the brand new TV that you plan on purchasing or an existing TV that you already have at home.
Yeah, so it's a 5.1.2.
Yes.
Yes. So 5 channels, dual built-in sub,
Right.
and 2 Dolby Atmos speakers on the
Toppers,
top.
yep.
So We just talked about the HTA 5000, which is a 5.1.2 system. We see it right there on the screen. We also talked about the larger bar, which is the HTA 7000, which is a 7.1.2, meaning there's seven speakers in the front, dual subwoofer built in, and Dolby Atmos speakers on the top. We're going to throw that up on the screen right now in case you missed it. But we also have the HTA 3000, Jackie.
Yes, so the HTA 3000 is now a 3.1 soundbar. So instead of it having the 5 channels, this has 3, which is still a really great experience because with that, the 3-channel soundbar and the built-in subs, 0.1, we have a center channel. So now you're still going to be able to get clear vocals, right? So when you're watching the big game or watching like an action movie, you don't have to worry about playing that, volume up and down game where you can't hear what they're saying, so you're trying to, turn it up. Now it gets loud, so you got to turn it down.
Hey, Jackie, can I say I've played that game before? I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Not fun.
And with that dedicated center channel for voice, you can hear the referee make that call
That
in
may
the big
go
game.
against your team or for your team.
So you may want to hear what they're saying. So especially if you have a lot of people over.
Yes.
I mean, you're having a big party.
And then it just
Right.
allows for you to hear that performer during mid-game to come through a whole lot clearer as well.
For sure, for sure. And it's a bit smaller, a little bit smaller than we didn't show the
The last
A5000.
two? Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit smaller than the last 2 models that we showed you, but still really packs a punch. Like it's a great bar, and that one's going on sale for $698.
$698.
$698.
Now with all these bars that we just mentioned, the HTA 7000, the 5000, and the 3000, you can add those extra accessories to enhance your audio experience. And as soon as you add rear speakers, you actually unlock 360 spatial sound mapping that will give you 12 phantom speakers to give you a sphere around you to give you the ultimate audio experience. So if you can add one accessory, I definitely recommend some rear speakers to any of these soundbars.
It's a game
Francois,
changer.
It is a
Sorry,
game
it's
changer.
It's
No,
a
you're
game
good.
changer. Like adding some rear speakers is just a game changer.
And the fact that we give the consumer the option of 2 different types of rear speakers. So we have the RS3s, which are going to send the information directly at you, but then we have the RS5s that send information overhead because they have the Dolby Atmos toppers inside of the speaker itself. But then something that I really enjoy about that speaker, and maybe someone out there will enjoy it as well, is the fact that it's battery operated as well as being able to plug into an electrical outlet. And with the battery operation, you get up to 14 hours of battery life. So if you want to just bring these out for the big game, the big movie, whatever the occasion, and then you want to tuck them away because you don't want to see them, you have the flexibility of doing that.
I love that. You don't have to run wires everywhere.
Yeah, that's nice.
It makes I would say couples' lives a whole lot easier for people that may be indifferent about speakers and whatnot.
So for those at home, let us know in the chat. Do you have a full wired setup? Do you get told you gotta kind of clean it up?
Rein it in.
No more wires anywhere. Well, these are great home theater sound bars to really clean up your setup, make it nice and sleek. They're all wireless. They're wireless subs, just need to be plugged in for power. Wireless rears just need to be plugged in for power. And like Jaron just mentioned, we also have the rear speakers that are up to 14 hours of battery life.
Right.
So that's big.
So we talked about the A7000, the A5000, the A3000, but we also have another soundbar, or at least I have a soundbar that I want to talk about, and that being the S2000.
Right there.
So the reason I want to talk about this one is because it is another 3.1 system that can handle both Dolby Atmos and DTSX. It does have the designated center channel so that you hear the clarity and dialogue of vocals nice and clear throughout, no matter what it is that you're watching. It does also have the dual built-in subwoofers so that you don't lose out on the low end of a man talking, a car exploding, things of that nature. But then on top of that, this particular soundbar also utilizes the X-Balance speakers. So if you are watching this big game, if you are listening to music and you want to turn the soundbar up, let's say to the max, you can do that and you'll have very little distortion in your audio, which is really good.
Yes. And that's a great bar at a great price.
Exactly.
For sure.
And the price point on this one right now, you're looking at $298. So $300 bar to pair with your whatever size TV that you're looking at. It's a great solution.
And it supports Dolby Atmos, DTSX.
Yes.
You can't go wrong. I want to take a second here. We got Cosmic Relax in the chat, that armchair is created for the soundbar demonstration. I thought it worked out pretty good.
I think we did a good
Yeah,
job.
they
Yeah.
didn't,
A little
they didn't
on the
take my head
fly.
off. So, no, I thought that was great. Again, we are live right now. We go live each and every month. So we really appreciate the comments that you're bringing in. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button to our Sony Electronics YouTube page. It really helps us out. Click that like button if you want to see more live streams, and let us know, what do you want to see next?
Yes.
What do you want to see us go next for on our live streams? Right now, if you're just joining us or you're watching for the first time, we are going through our big game specials. So big TVs, big sound, and we're not done
Big
yet.
Experience.
And big
Big
experience.
experience.
So we're not done yet. I do quickly want to go through the chat because Hershey left a comment. We got Cosmic Relax. We got Luca in the chat. I'm just trying to shout out names because the chat is going quickly.
We appreciate the hearts.
quick,
We
yeah.
appreciate,
Thanks for sending
again,
all
you
the
all
love.
tuning in. And then, of course, if you all can tell a friend to tune in on the next live stream, or even if they can catch this one, we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely, and keep those comments rolling in. We're not going to get to each and every one of them, but please keep putting those comments in the chat. We want to know where you're checking in from, where are you watching us live, and what size of TV that you have at home, and maybe what size of TV you're going to jump up to.
Right.
But going back to soundbars, we have
What do you have?
a very special soundbar
Okay.
because this is the HTX 8500.
Okay.
Now, why this is so special, this is a 2.1 soundbar. This is 50% off right now. So if you're really trying to enhance your audio at home, maybe you have a TV right now and the audio is just, it's not kicking it for you. It's not doing what you want it to do. The HTX 8500 is the perfect soundbar at an affordable price, and it's 50% off right now. So make sure you click the link in the description to purchase yours today, because this supports Dolby Atmos, supports DTS:X, also has a sound enhance feature for voice. So if you're at home and you have trouble hearing dialogue, there's actually on the remote, you can enhance that dialogue by 2 levels to really make that clarity and that next referee call that much clearer.
Hey, Francois, I know we're talking to the viewers out there and we're, making recommendations for products that they could be purchasing for themselves, but maybe they've gone over to a friend's house in the past for a big game or big event and their TV or sound solution just wasn't that amazing. So maybe one of these products you can either purchase for that person or, again, let them know about the live stream, let them know what we're talking about, and just drop the subtle hint of, hey, you might be interested in something like this.
So my friends know, like they know if it's game day, everyone's coming to my house because I can't do that. I can't go to somebody's house unless they have an equivalent 85-inch TV or an equivalent soundbar. I like it big and I like it loud.
So you cover the entertainment and they bring the snacks and
They
the food
bring
and
the
drinks.
snacks, yes, yes. And
Nothing
cheers,
wrong with that.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that, guys. Cheers to the big
Yeah.
TVs.
Cheers.
So talking about sound and entertainment, we talked about sound bars, and again, I like calling them home theater
Home
bars.
theater, yep.
But there might be some AV fans out there, and some fans that like full speaker setups, full wired setups. And Jaron, you got the perfect receiver for that.
You wouldn't happen to be talking about this guy right here, would you? The
No.
AN1000.
This guy.
So if you love component audio, if you're not afraid of wiring some speakers up, then this is going to be the receiver for you all out there. It is a 7.2 channel system, so you can include Dolby Atmos in this with 2, be it toppers or ceiling speakers. But on top of that, just like our home theater bars, you also get the 360 spatial sound mapping. So even if you don't have a full array of speakers of sorts, it'll still sound like you're getting 12 speakers within that space. And I think that by itself can make this a receiver a great purchase. But then we talked about wireless speaker options for our home theater bars. And as luck would have it, you can actually use those same rear speakers, be it the RS3Ss or the RS5s with this system. Again, the RS5s being battery powered or battery operated as well as electrical outlet gives you a great option there. But let's say if you just want something simple, then the RS3s are going to be perfect for you. And then you can also utilize one of the SW3s or 2 SW3s as far as subwoofers go, and the same thing for the SW5. So if you want to really bring the bass or the boom or the impact, then the SW5 will be a great option, or the SW3s.
And with this receiver, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we are the only manufacturer that is actually allowing you to connect wireless rear speakers
without the need of a dongle or anything.
without the need of a dongle or anything. It connects right to the receiver itself and our wireless subwoofers.
Right.
And you can connect more than one.
Yes.
And rear speakers.
Full flexibility with this guy right here.
So you can eliminate all the wires.
And make all parties happy.
Exactly. Compromise. We got the chat going here. We got Wagner saying, "Oh, that's beautiful. What a dream." We have Luca. The AN1000 is a beauty inside and out. I hope Sony never changes the designs of the AV receivers. Luca, we appreciate your comment. Again, we are live right now. So if you have any comments, questions, you want to tell us what you want to see next on our live streams, put it in the chat. I love the comments coming in. Let us know where you're checking in from. Let us know where you're watching from and what size of TV that you have at home.
And then also let us know if you've already added some of these products to your cart, or if you already have them at home. We would actually love to hear it.
Now, we talked about sound. We talked about TV for the upcoming big game. But the big game's all about getting people together, sharing memories, moments in life, and what better way to capture those moments with a Sony Alpha mirrorless camera.
Yes, so we actually have a promo going on for our A7 III. So we have two different options. Now this is huge, and Francois made a good point. So this is our full frame mirrorless camera. It's the Alpha 7 III. We have the kit one that comes with a 28 to 70 millimeter lens. So you have the option to change out the different lenses. We have over 75 lenses available, but with the kit lens, you're actually getting a 28 to 70. So whether you are a new photographer or you're very experienced, this is really a great lens to capture those memories of having people over and getting ready for that big game. A couple things that I want to point out about that camera is that it has 24 megapixels and an ISO up to 204,000. 693 autofocus points. So it really is a great deal. You're saving $200. So going with the kit lens is $1,998. You do have the option. One second, go ahead.
Oh, so basically what you're saying, Jack, is that camera is going to be great in low light situations and great at capturing fast moving objects, like maybe a football game?
Football?
Exactly, right. So I started talking about the ISO, but yeah, low light settings, like all lighting settings, really. It's going to be a great option for everyone, really.
Really? And yeah, again, if you're trying to capture those moments at home,
maybe having a backyard football game.
Right? This is a professional way of that you're going to be capturing those photos. Now, I get not everyone out there is an inspiring photographer or videographer and has the budget to get a professional camera, but we do have other options available for those that want to capture great moments, but at a more affordable price.
Right.
Whatever would you be talking about, Francois? No, you're probably talking about the camera that I'm going to talk about.
I'm talking about that camera right there.
All right, so we're talking about the ZV-1F, and the ZV-1F is a great pocket-sized camera. It's super lightweight, but something that you all out there may find appealing is the fact that it does come with a 20 millimeter lens. So it's great for arm length. So for all of our content creators out there that will be holding their cameras like what you're seeing currently on your screen, it's going to be great for that. But then it's also touchscreen. So if you are coming from a cellular device, it's going to be a really easy or smooth transition to go from that to that of the ZV-1F, which of course is going to give you better overall videos, but also better overall photos as well. So when you add them to your social media feeds, you're going to get more likes. Your friends are going to wonder why, because it's the same picture they posted of their food at that dinner. Or maybe you're taking this to the big game because you're lucky enough to go to the big game, and it's going to be great for that as well.
We got a comment here by Cosmic Relax. Again, Jaron had mentioned this before. If any of our products that you see might not just be for yourself, might be actually a gift for someone else. And he said, I'm not a photographer, but my sister takes a bunch of interesting pictures. So this is a great camera for perhaps your sister if you want to really give her that perfect gift.
It could be a recommendation. It could be something for a birthday gift, an upcoming holiday, things like that. I know the gift giving season is kind of past, but honestly, when you love somebody or you appreciate them and you see what they're trying to do, then it's not nothing wrong with helping them out a little bit.
And we got Valentine's Day around the
We
corner.
do
too.
have Valentine's Day
Right.
coming
So
up.
there's always an opportunity to gift,
And they don't have to be a significant other for you to love them. You know what I mean?
right? Or you can love yourself. Buy yourself a new TV.
Treat yourself.
Exactly.
Treat yourself.
Treat
Treat yourself.
So I know we just talked about the ZV-1F, or I talked about the ZV-1F, and that's a great camera. But let's say you want to take that content creation to another level, then the ZV-E10 might just be that solution for you, because you do get a larger sensor in that camera, which means more light being let in, better overall detail and clarity within your images and within your video. But the other thing that this camera allows you to do, it allows you to attach, 75 plus native lenses that
Yes.
we currently have.
The same lenses that you could put on your camera.
You
put
put it on
what
yours?
I was talking about.
And Francois likes to
A7
say something. I don't know, it's Valentine's Day is coming up, and it's, date the lens, marry the body, marry the
Nah,
lens,
you
date the body.
gotta marry your lenses and you date your camera bodies.
There we
Because your
go.
lenses, you're gonna marry them, you're gonna keep them with you forever. The camera bodies, you might start with the ZV-E10,
Right.
and then you might want to be like, okay, I'm getting a little better at my photography, my videography.
Right.
I want to kind of up my game to that next level, and then you jump up to
full
Jackie's full frame
A7 III.
camera, the
There we
E7
go.
III. So there's really a camera out there for everyone and anyone to start getting into photography. And when you get into those more professional cameras, you got to really get a professional lens. Now this lens is not on sale, but it
it's
is for sale.
it's for sale.
And the reason I want to talk about it is this is our 16 to 35 GM2 lens. This is a beautiful lens. Talking about the
Talk to
big
me. How
game.
beautiful is it?
If you want to take, let's say you're going to the big game, or you want to sit outside the stadium to hear that roaring of the crowd, this is a great landscape lens. This is a great lens for real estate photography, great lens for astrophotography. This is going to give you a wide aperture and still give you that really nice bokeh or bokeh.
Bokeh.
The bokeh, the nice blurred background, which is great for any of you inspiring photographers or videographers out there. So highly recommend that lens. Now we do have Cosmic Relax in the chat. He or she has been with us for this entire live stream. So just want to shout out to Cosmic Relax. They had to leave, so bye. Thank you for coming. Again, we go live each and every month. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our Sony Electronics YouTube page, because we would love to see you in our next live stream.
Definitely.
For sure.
Now we talked about TVs, we talked about home theater soundbars, we talked about cameras to capture the moments, and we talked about AV receivers. And that pretty much wraps us up for our big deals today. So I just want to thank everyone in the chat for joining us on this live stream. Again, we go live each and every month, so we'd love to have you back. But that's it for us. I've been Francois from Sony,
Jaron from Sony.
And I've been Jackie from Sony.
and we'll see you in our next YouTube live stream.
See you guys. Bye.